Hello, welcome back to my channel. Now, when I was a kid, getting new clothes was really rare. You only had them on very special occasions. You might have an outfit for a birthday. My mum hand knitted all my cardigans and my jumpers and things like that, and gloves, and you'd have them as a gift. So I remember for birthdays I'd have like a cardigan with a matching jumper and a matching hat and gloves, things like that, all hand knitted. And we had a lot of hand-me-downs, and we didn't have as many clothes then as everyone seems to have now. My parents had been brought up during the Second World War. They were actually teenagers in the Second World War, and they had me late in life. So they were very old-fashioned with the way they thought about things like that, and they just didn't sort of have the amount of things that other people did. And I can remember, like, if you had a party, you'd wear your party dress. There was no deciding what you wore. You had a party dress and you wore it for every party. And my party dress was a hand-me-down from my sister. I can still remember it. It was a long red dress with sort of blue flowers on it, and that's what you wore. And my mum was the same. She didn't have lots and lots of clothes. She had things that would last. Like every winter, out would come her winter boots and coat, and then she'd put them away when the spring came, and then out they would come around November the 5th, bonfire night. She'd get her winter coat and boots out, and they'd last for years and years, and that was what she wore. So things like that. I'm quite frugal when it comes to clothes. I do buy a few more clothes than I ever used to, but I do sort of try and make the clothes I have last, and I don't really sort of buy for the sake of it. I try and sort of have something in mind for them, like I buy clothes for work, or I buy a couple of nice outfits for when I go off shopping, and I'll just wear the same things over and over. And even when I was pregnant, I remember we as a group in our community, we would have a bag of maternity clothes, and it would sort of go round everybody in our toddler group. If someone was pregnant, you would give them the bag. Whoever was pregnant last and had this bag of maternity clothes, you would give it to the person, and then they would wear the clothes, and then they'd probably add something to it if they had a new top or a pair of trousers or something, and they'd add to the bag. And so when things sort of got trashed, they got thrown away, but it was never empty because people would add to it. And I mean, I had it a few times because I was pregnant quite a lot, and then when I was finished with it, I give it to the next lady who was having a baby in her group. And I say, this one bag of clothes did lots and lots of pregnancies, and we shared things like that, and I think that's quite a good thing to do. We did the same with baby clothes and children's clothes as well, and I can remember things coming back to me that I'd already given when I had yet another baby. I would be given the clothes back, and then I'd pass them on to somebody else. So you can actually share clothes, almost like a free library between friends and family, and I think most people do that anyway. But as I say, you could even set that up with your sort of toddler group or church group or something like that. Now, I don't mind having second-hand clothes at all. I think it's great to give them a new lease of life. And one of the ladies at work was having a huge clear out, and she's been doing a lot of sort of like autumn cleaning rather than spring cleaning. And she came with a big bag of clothes and said, would I like any of them, and that I could go through them, keep what I wanted, and then anything I didn't want, pass on to someone else or give to the charity shop. So I did really well for absolutely free. However, it's not absolutely free. If you feel, oh, I feel really bad taking all these things, I actually gave her 3 big vegetable marrows. She loves marrows, and she doesn't have a garden of her own. She doesn't grow anything. And I had loads of surplus marrows, and so I gave these 3 large marrows, and she's chopped them all up and put them in her freezer, and was very grateful for those. So you don't have to actually give money to give people things that they're happy with. So if you don't like the idea of people giving you clothes for nothing, maybe you could give them something back, but in a different form. I also give this lady homemade jam. If I do a batch of jam, I'll always give her a jar of jam, which is why I think she sort of gave me first choice of the clothes. So this is what I've got. Now, the first thing, I was so excited. I'd only said to my husband only sort of a few days before, I really need to get a new coat because I haven't actually got a sort of Anaraki type wintry coat. I've got like a best coat, and I've got a body warmer, but I haven't got a raincoat or a sort of wintry general purpose coat. And she was actually getting rid of one. Now, all these things are a couple of sizes bigger than what I am, because she's slightly different size to me, but it's great for the winter because you can wear them, that means they're a bit loose to wear over baggy jumpers, or some of the dresses she's given me I can wear like a long sleeve top underneath them and things like that. I don't mind things being a bit loose, better than being a bit tight. Sorry, I'm kneeling, I'm getting really uncomfortable on the floor. Right, the first thing she gave me was this coat, and everything's in really great condition. So it's a navy coat. This is a really thick winter one. It's like waterproof on the outside, and then on the inside it's fluffy. So it would be great for the winter. It's a Sol Calico. I have no idea what that means. I don't know anything about labels or anything, but it's in lovely condition. It's zip up, and it's not long to the floor, but it certainly will come just below my bum and sort of halfway down my thighs. So yeah, so that was a really nice coat. I was very pleased, and it's got a hood, so that was really good. And then she was getting rid of another coat. This is actually a Next. I have heard of Next, so a Next coat there. And this is like a waterproof material. It's not lined, but it's not too thin, so it would be like a shower coat, but it hasn't got a hood. Again, that's dark blue. It's really good condition. That was really nice. She also gave me another coat as well, which one of my older daughters had come for a visit, and she really liked it, so she's taken it back with her. So it's great to make use of things. And then she gave me this bag of clothes, and in it some things she's never even worn. She's sort of got them in the cupboard, forgotten they were there, and then has sort of moved on. So this one, I really like this dress. And again, it's a little bit loose, so I can put a long sleeve top underneath it. And it's a lovely sort of navy blue and striped. And this one's actually still got the tags on it. And it says it was reduced. Let me see, it's $64.95 to $32.47. So I thought, oh, wow, that's a jewels. As I say, I don't really know much about labels, but again, brand new. That was lovely. Then she also had this one. This is more of a summer dress. This is a thinner one, so I might wear this in the summer. And this is long sleeved, black with sort of white dots or V's on it, or hearts I think they are, I'm not quite sure. And that's quite a nice thin material, so I'll put that in the cupboard for the summer. Then this is a very unusual dress, this one. Oh, it's inside out. I might wear this at Christmas. It's a bit sort of party type dress. Again, this is the front. It's like a black at the top, and then it comes into this sort of purple and black tie-dye skirt bit at the bottom. That's really unusual, and it's got sort of heart zips on the front as well, and it zips up at the back. Again, in really good condition. And then, what else? Oh yes, there's a black dress. You can never be without a black dress. Again, this is like a party type dress. I don't do lots of parties, but I do like to look smart at Christmas, and we have family over, so it's nice to have something to wear. So I think I might wear that one day over Christmas, and that's just a long black dress with thin straps on the top. Then also this dress, again, this still had the tag on it. It's never been worn, and this is a real summer dress. It's nice and loose. This is the sort of thing I think I'd wear on the beach over a swimming costume, something like that. And it's really summery and very thin material. Almost like a cheesecloth is what we used to call this when I was younger. So it's nice and long as well. I like longer dresses. And then I've got a load of scarves. So nice bright red. It's one of those ones that's joined in the middle. So you can sort of do all this sort of thing with it. Quite good now with the covering up for the winter. So yeah, so that was quite nice. Then I've also got this lovely pink fluffy type scarf, which I might actually use almost like a blanket to put on the seat of my car. I like to keep a few things like this in the car, in case I get sort of trapped somewhere with the snow, or I find it difficult to get up our steep hills and I have to come get a tow from someone in a tractor. So I like to keep a few woolly things in the car because it can get really cold. So I might sort of use that sort of as a cover for the back seat, but then can double up as sort of a blankety type thing. Then she also had this. This is like a shawl, big sort of winter shawl thing to go around your shoulders, and that's sort of quite woolly. Again, that might be something to keep in the car. Also, if I have my lunch break, it gets quite cold, it might be an extra sort of layer to throw on the top. So I thought I'll have that as well. And then there's some more scarves. So I'm not sure I'm going to keep all this stuff, but I'm going to have a little think about it. There's this gorgeous colour scarf. These can even double up as runners, on a table runners or windowsill, but it's nice and long and it's got tassels on the end, and it's this gorgeous colour purple. And then there's a similar one here in this dark blue. Again, they might be useful for, not necessarily as a scarf, I might use it as other things, but I do love a good scarf. And then I really like this one. This is really pretty and a lovely colour. This is like a silvery grey colour, and it's one of those chiffony type ones. So I might even have that one, keep that one. To wear sort of maybe with a black dress, you never know. So I had all those for free, well, for 3 large vegetable marrows. So I'm going to try and give them a new lease of life, or if I find that there's nothing I want, I will pass it on to somebody else. So I think that's a great way of getting new clothes for free. So try and do that with some of your friends if you can get together, and maybe each of you sort of have a bit of a spring clean and have a clothes swapping party or something like that, and see what bargains you can find and see what you can have to vamp up your wardrobe without spending any money at all.